Yo, what's the deal? Do we got it right or don't we have it right? My profile. Okay, we got it right. Let me pin it up here real quick. Let me go over here and share it up real quick. Did it go up? Did it go up? Or did it not go up? Okay, there you go, right there. All right. Um, my fault, y'all. My fault. A little bit of technical difficulties sharing things up. I'm sharing to I think three or four different platforms right now. So bear with me. Bear with me. All right. Um, bet. What's up, Tiff? She said I finally caught you. Yeah. Man, I've been having stuff to do. Lawrence Butley sold me on his runs on RBIs. My streak continues. But Machado did come through. Shout out to Machado. Glad I came in second place last night. I'm glad you did too, man. I mean, I know I wish you could have had first, but second place is okay. Something's better than nothing. Left me hanging with a Ward, man, definitely Ward. Ward did do that. Ward did do that. Ward did do that. Um, okay day yesterday. On my straights, on the few straights. I hit a lot of straights, a few straights, man. I did slap that six mans is hard to hit. You know what I'm saying? But I will throw them up there. And it ain't nothing but hit runs and RBIs, but we was pretty much on point. You know what I'm saying? The Devers, I did catch that one live, but the other ones we went 4 or 5, and shit, just sticking in the wheelhouse, man. I bet all those straight except for Devers. I bet all those straight though. So shout out to those boys who showing up for me, man. I said I'm gonna start getting into getting back on prize picks a little bit more. The thing about that is just when I do it on prize when I stream it lags me out, right? But uh, there's different. I'm a fantasy player at heart. I ain't gonna lie. So it's different ways that you could attack it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have different props. So fancy scores. Uh, you got different props that you could take advantage of, and on prize picks and stuff like that. Today, like I said, it's gonna be hard for me to it's gonna be hard for me to I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard for me to get this content out the way I want to. My schedule getting ready to change next week. I've been posting a few things here and there in the dub. Post a few things here, but I got to try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? My lives be anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 to 3 hours sometimes, and rightfully so. But it is what it is. I did not look at the Miami game today. I did not look at the Texas game, which maybe I'll look at that at work. I get ready to go to work shortly. I did not look at the Dodgers game. We have some pitching implications here. We will look at this Seattle Mariners game, right? We will look at that at a 9.5. Uh, yes, the Rays went crazy. They did. No, wait a minute. The Rays went crazy and the Pirates. Yeah, for sure. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? I don't know if I got a brain freeze, brain fart, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but I don't know if I'm not seeing the board well today, or just ain't it just ain't there. Now, what I do think is I think it's some good weather across the board is what's causing a lot of these numbers to look the way they look, right? So, good weather, good weather, can put up help a few runs get put up on the board. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like I don't know if I'm gonna go through the slate and stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell you what I got some interest in. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I got some interest in because I looked at a lot of spots. And to prospects, see, it took a long time for the prospects to load up. But other markets you can look at on prospects is it's a lot of these markets are getting to be on the books as well. But fantasy score is different, right? That's something that you can really take advantage of. And those are things that I go to. Things that I can't find on the books a lot. Pitches thrown is another prop that I don't mind going to. When you do your matchups, because I do a lot. What I'm saying, I'll bet some walks here and there. I'll bet some strikeouts. I do a little bit of everything. That's why I don't really be tunnel vision. My shit take a long time. But hitter fantasy score and pitcher fantasy score, those things are pretty much unique to prize picks in these pick'em sites. So there is value here. There is value here. There are. And I do play goblins and stuff like that. It's just another form of altering things down. I do that. So it is what it is. Yeah, Naylor came through and hit that granny for you. So shout out to him. Now, Jackson. Shout out to Jackson. You can get 25% off your purchase with my code, all caps D Bets. That's DEEBETS. You get 25% off your purchase, your first purchase or whatever the case may be. You can also use it for free. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tiffany and things like that. She started using it for DFS and stuff like that. So it's definitely helpful. Everything can coincide. I asked Jackson to give me a top home run best today. They gave me Joe Adele. They gave me Pete Alonso. They gave me Manny Machado. They gave me Trevor Larnach. I didn't look at that game. They gave me Cal Raleigh. I didn't look at that game. So I didn't look at this game, this game, this game. I looked at this game and I did four of those home runs came they given out in games that I didn't even look at. So you know, so it is what it is. I also asked them to give me a top bets. They gave me New York on -1, -1. Excuse me. They gave me Houston Astros -1 versus Chicago. They gave me Cincinnati Reds +1.5. I I don't understand. I mean, I understand. I think Jackson is a little confused too, right? I think Jackson is a little confused too about this game here. But the over 8.5 runs in Arizona, I didn't check that, and I don't mind the over there. Probably don't. Uh, Angels -1 and -110, and that's it. Yesterday, I don't think Jackson had the greatest day, but I'm not gonna go back and dwell on it. Now, Tiffany said Jackson is great for lineups if y'all want to play it. It helped me win last night. Straight up. She finished second place in her tournament last night. So shout out to her. It is what it is. All right. So with these games here, first game on the docket here, because I'm getting ready to get out of here. It was the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles, right? One bet that I did have interest in was Spencer Torkelson, right? I didn't add any of my bats down to the sheets yet. So it is what it is. But if I had to take a bat here, it would probably be for a hit or something like that. Would probably be Spencer Torkelson, man. So I can go for all hits here, hits, runs, and RBIs, all hits, pitcher outs, pitcher strikeouts. Apply that. Let me go here, players. I can go with Torkelson, big torque, and I don't mind him for a hit all the way up to a bomb. You know, it just is what it is. I'll throw him up there. Um, the next play I was thinking about here was I was thinking about trying to get to I was thinking about trying to get to Cade Povich, right? So right now, Cade Povich, let me add in. I was thinking about trying to get there. I don't know if I'm gonna get there, but I was thinking about trying to get there. His strikeout prop is sitting at about uh I want to say his strikeout prop is sitting at about 5.5 or something like that. Um Jackson likes the under. He's hit this number in 4 of his last 5 games. Jackson likes the under, or I could probably think about getting to his pitching outs. I don't know. Jackson likes the over there. His pitching outs are set at what? The line is set at 15 and a half. He's hit this number 3 of his last 6 games. I'm so indecisive, right? But I told you, Pat said he's the sell king. He said he's the sell king. He finished first to selling. Hey, so look, right? As far as the bats here, um, I want to pay attention to how the lineup's going to be constructed and things like that. Because what I came up with, what I was looking at, I didn't write any bats down here for Baltimore yet, but if Laureano's in the lineup, I know he'll strike out, but I'm definitely gonna like him. Gunnar Henderson, uh, Cowser. I mean, those are 3 bats that I no. I have to go back and see now because I don't want to give you guys no misleading information. So let me go back here. I should have wrote them down, but I had to stop, leave, go drop my son off to camp, then go get my son from camp. So it's a lot, right? What gets is the Baltimore and Detroit game. So let me go with Baltimore. Right. So mm, the thing about this Baltimore game was they're gonna have Herder should be an opener, right? I forgot. And then the you know the Gibson Long should be the primary, right? So I looked at I looked at Gibson Long's pitch mix, right? And I was trying to, go off his pitch mix. So what I'm gonna do today here is I ain't gonna say I'm gonna super fall back. We do got to over under 9 in the spot. I do want to see who's in the lineup. Then I have to go back, right? Because like I said, Gibson's gonna come in, and then one thing it is it's hard to predict. I don't know if it's gonna be a full. I don't know if it's gonna be a full bullpen game, or it's gonna be a primary, or how long Gibson Long is gonna go. So to make things, I'm gonna pause, right? I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause on the Baltimore bats. It's just trying to be too slick, right? I'm trying to be too slick. I'm not gonna do that, right? So I do know I like Spencer Torkelson. We do know these Baltimore bats are what they can do. Um, I don't know how long Gibson Long is gonna go though. Straight up. This line was fishy all the way across the board, right? This line was fishy all the way across the board. I can't wrap it around my head. Cannot wrap it around my head. Right? We have. Um, I went on here and took Cincinnati Reds at minus 105. Um, I don't know what the helly, right? The strikeouts I took, I didn't sprinkle a lot though, but I took strikeouts for Andrew Abbott. I also took the pitching outs for Andrew Abbott, right? I just I don't know, man. I just feel like this is fishy, man. It just feels like I didn't see it, but it feels like you know, all these lines. I got this pitching outs at 16 and not 17 and a half. I got his pitch outs at 16 and a half. Let me see. Exactly. I got his pitching outs, Andrew Abbott pitching outs at 16 and a half. And they had took it away for a long time. They took his strikeouts down, they took his all that shit down. Long story short is we know how we know how bad these guys been versus lefties. We do know that. Um, I mean, I don't know what they think, what they know. It could be the weather. I don't fucking know. They could have hit him, decent. But Cleveland over the on the season, 25% K rate for Cleveland with a 74 WRC plus versus lefties last 30 days versus lefties Cleveland eighth in striking out and the 72 WRC plus. So at the end of the day, I mean, what do you want me to do, right? I'm quite sure the whole world is on this. This shit is gonna be chalky, and it is what it is, man. Andrew Abbott. Uh, Andrew Abbott's been pitching pretty good, man. Who the hell is that? Okay, so Andrew Abbott's been pitching pretty good. Even looking at his game logs, he's got a 27% K rate in anyway, right? So last two games he's went at the Cubs, 7 innings at my Cubs, 6 innings at home versus Milwaukee. In Great American Ballpark, 6 Ks, 8 Ks there. Um, He's hit the pitching outs. I got it at 16 and a half. He's hit the pitching outs in 3 straight games and 4 of his last 5 games. So, I mean, I don't know. His strikeouts in at 4.5 right now. He hit this number in 4 of his last 5 games. So, I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know what really, truth be told. Now, I don't think I'm going to even go. I mean, even though even though Ramirez he's been hot or whatever the case may be. He's probably the only person I put look to for a hit, but I'm probably going to end up fading him too, right? I was a little bit more focused on Cincinnati bats here, right? And when it comes to Cincinnati bats, it's the same old song for me, right? It's the same old guys. It's the same old song. I like Cincinnati bats. Uh, how they look versus pitch mix and things of that nature. Slade Saccone here. Um, he's giving up 6 bombs. Uh, let me see. Let's go to lefties. 3 of those bombs come to lefties, but his average is up, ISO is up. Whatever, right? So just don't look sexy enough to me. Looking at his pitch mix here, um, versus these lefties here. Um, I mean, all the way throughout the flick, even if I flick the way switch here, um, these guys still looking good, on the road over the course of the season. Um, Even if I bring it back to the last month or so, my mouse is acting up. last month. Eddie De La Cruz batting 400, whatever case may be on that. Whatever that's on the road though. You know what I'm saying? Gavin Lux, Fraley, da 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 da. Even if I take the road switch off, it's just the same guys, man. So when I'm looking at the lefties, I'm looking at Friedel, Cruz, Lux. Even I just leave it at the last week right there. I definitely like um, Stevenson and Encarnacion Strand. These guys, the last 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. These guys they've been playing some ball, right? So Stevenson, two bombs there. You got to stomach the strikeouts, and then like I said, since Strand been back, he's 10 for 6, two home runs, 100 extra velo. So it is what it is, right? So um, it's other ways you can attack it. I did take the money line. I did take the money line here. Um, if you feel like, hey, you don't want to take the money line, but you still think they're gonna put up runs, you could look at the run line. I mean, the team total. The team total is sitting at 4.5 at plus money, or you can shake it down as a parlay piece at 3.5 at minus 155. That's if you think they're gonna put up the runs, like I think they're gonna put up some runs. But looking at the lineup here, um, TJ Friedel, Lux, Cruz, Strand, and then you'll get a Benson right. I mean, you'll get a Stevenson right there in that little 6 hole. See what the lineup's going to be like. Hit parlays or whatever case may be. I couldn't talk you off of it, right? I could not. So it is what it is. And I do a lot of those bankroll builders and stuff like that. So shout out to DraftKings. My favorite prop is hits, runs, and RBIs. Because those my favorite games to target that I think that's going to have traffic on the basis. So when you can go in there and get you a couple hits, runs, and RBIs, even one if you're doing bankroll builders. I mean, look, I go in there and take take take. I'll go there and take one for Ellie De La Cruz. You know what I'm saying? I'll take one for somebody like Friedel or something like that, and then like one for like Lux or somebody, right? And hopefully they all go up there and do something to give me a minus 110. You know what I'm saying? Throw something up there like Jose Ramirez and get you into plus money. It's a lot of different ways you can skin a cat here. You know what I'm saying? That's either one hit, run, or RBI, right? But I can't talk you off any of the usual suspects. Those first 5 out of 6 bats from the Cleveland side, I still like those guys. I still like them, even in DFS. I don't mind stack those boys, right? You might get Strand and Stevenson in the lineup together, so we'll see what's gonna happen. Uh, Next game here would be would be the. I'm just gonna let's see. Miami and Pittsburgh, I did not look at this game here, right? I'm thinking I might want to really, really take a look at O'Neal Cruz here, but I didn't look at this game. I don't know why I went on past this game. Um, this Abel kid has been pitching good, right? Colin Ray, I'm Chicago. I'm not even a big fan of Colin Ray, but he can go out there and do a little something. I ain't even gonna lie, but don't know what he's gonna do today. Bats that I like here. I mean, Bush, I couldn't decide between Bush and Armstrong, so I like them both, right? You can look at a walk for Kyle Tucker or something like that. Kyle Tucker did hit a bomb. If you want to heat check him today, go ahead, be my guest. Now, this Tampa Bay game here, uh, this Tampa Bay game here, um, man, this Tampa Bay game, I'm telling you, man. If Raphael is in the lineup, I'm gonna like him. Devers and Duran, it's like whatever, right? Excuse me, Josh Lowe, Caminero. Man, he came through it late for me for my hits, runs, and RBIs, the 1.5. And so shout out to that game in general. But I guess we got the weather or something like that. I think I seen this open up. I think I seen this around 9.5 is down to 9 right now. Wherever this is at right here, wherever this line is at. I don't know what this line is at on Bet365. It's at a 9. I thought it was at 9.5, but you got Giolito on the mound, and we got Pepiroid on the mound, and I expect these guys to get, you know, respect these guys to get hit, man. So, um, I just can't pinpoint which bats I like, man. I'm not like this every day. Trust me, you guys already know. I just can't pinpoint what bats you can, and then it could be all out slugfest. Who knows? But when you're looking at Giolito be at home, and when I flick the switch on home for Giolito, he's got a 438 batting average at home in general, four bombs. Uh, so when historically he's given up bombs, a lot of bombs to righties or whatever case may be, and lefties. So that's what we're looking at right there for Giolito. And then on the road here, um, so in uh, so in general, Pepe Way's giving up 12 bombs, and then looking on the road, he's only giving up one bomb on the road. So we'll see what's gonna happen here. But I did look over these bats. I can't talk you off the usual suspects. That's I mean the usual suspects, they're going to be in play. Outside the usual suspects, I do, like I said, I do got some love for Rafaela, right? I do got some love for Rafaela, and like I said, on the Tampa Bay side, I mean the usual suspects, they're gonna be in play. It just a lot of stuff didn't make me pop here, but the pitching, like Giolito, in some shape, form, or fashion, I think you do want to target him. Um, Gore, I mean, can the Mets here and New York Mets and Washington Nationals. Long story short here, um, my favorite my favorite split for my favorite split for uh what's that boy name? The leadoff hitter. Um, damn. Oh, let me see. Lindor is at home versus lefties. Always been, sometimes I'll just wait and, wait till he get there, right? So actually I can show you on game day. So game day, let's go to New York Mets here. New York Mets. Over the course of the season here, flick up the Mets here. And then we could just go in general, right? No pitch mix or nothing. Just to tell you what I was talking about at home versus left hand pitching, right? So Lindor, just in general, with no pitch mix, whatever case may be, um, he's got three bombs and don't look so sexy or whatever case may be. Let me see. Let me make sure they're at home. Yeah, they are at home, but that's some of his best numbers. Is at home versus lefties. You know, so that's something that you can definitely take heed to. That's over the course of the season. Last month, 333. So all the way throughout the flick, you don't see that many lefties, right? So it is what it is with that situation. So throwing Gore's pitch mix up there, Lindor at home versus this pitch mix, he's 7 for 14, three bombs. It is, and Pete Alonso at home, he's 4 for 13, two bombs, with a high ass K rate. Uh, so speaking of Ks, we know that Mackenzie Gore does have that shit, right? 35% K rate overall. Versus righties, he's got a 32% K rate. And then versus lefties, he's got a 42% K rate. On the road, Mackenzie Gore, 39% K rate. Um, and then Ed on the road versus lefties, I'm sorry, on the road versus righties, he would have a 32% K rate. So he's he's been a monster this year, definitely, without a doubt. Lefties. Griff Cannon, he will walk lefties. Historically, what he's pitched his worst versus lefties. So you're gonna get a team in in uh in Washington who's gonna roll out a ton of lefties, right? So I'm looking at Lindor. I mean, and somebody like Alonzo, he's self-explanatory. so damn strong. He can hit one out, right? So, but when I'm looking at the lefties here, you guys know where I'm going with this. Definitely James Wood versus this pitch mix here. James Wood on the course of the season, 7 bombs, 16 extra base hits, da 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 da. I flip it on the road here. Um, he's batting 432 on the road versus pitch mix, 11 extra base hits, 6 home runs. Okay, so James Wood, Garcia for a hit or something like that. Couldn't talk you off of that either. I could bring it in lately. He's probably been off a little bit lately. I ain't gonna lie, but last month still batted 400 versus this pitch mix. Garcia was batting 381. Now the last 2 weeks and the last 1 week, I didn't really too much look at it, but Garcia. I couldn't talk you off a straight hit for him. He's 6 for 15. Lately, I think they've been cold the last 7 days. I ain't even gonna lie, but it is what it is. Take what you like, leave what you don't. Uh, Next game, next plays, or whatever the case may be. Um, oh man, I had a rough time trying to sniff out a play here, right? When it came to, or just getting my mind set on who I wanted to play, right? Because Priester, there was times here. So the New York, first of all, this New York Yankees game, I don't know what to think. This Noah Cameron kid is pretty good, and then you got Max Fried. Now you got an 8.5. I don't know what they thinking. I mean, it's good weather there, and so the weather might be playing a part in this one here. But I'm gonna stick to what I think, right? If I'm not taking any bets like that, but if I did have to take a bet here, it would be Goldsmith, it would be Judge, right? And then I don't even know if I'm gonna get to any Kansas City bats. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. But the weather is what's got these numbers up there like that. I would expect this game to at least came out of 7.5. It's at 8.5. So I'm gonna be watching the light show because I don't know I don't know I just didn't see a lot. Shout out to these two pitchers, they bid on one, man, straight up. Now we got Grant Holmes and Crim Priester here. Now Olson, I'm gonna tell you, Olson has been good on the road, better on the road this year. So I did take Olson for a bomb yesterday in my parlay. He hit that motherfucker too, but my parlay did not hit. Either way it go, we got an 8.5 over under here too. The righties, Priester's throwing these two pitches to the righties, right? And it's the sinker and the slider, and it's going back and forth. I think I landed on Riley. So let's go look, right? Riley is the one who I landed on here, right? So Riley, I was so indecisive, man. That shit was crazy. So when you're looking at the left hand hitters here, that's where Priester is pitching his worst. Olsen's hitting on the road, hitting better on the road. So that automatically puts somebody like Olsen in play for me, right? So I like Olsen already. Now, when I'm looking at the righties here, um, Priester's giving up 3 bombs to the righties. Uh, Priester is throwing Milwaukee. Nope, I'm sorry, Atlanta. He's throwing that change up. Nope, 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 nope. Change up, slider. Right. So the ones he's throwing the most is to the righties. Yeah, to the righties. He's throwing uh the sinker 53% of the time, and then the slider 44% of the time. Okay. So the slider, he's got 3 bombs on that slider and 4 extra base hits. He hasn't given up a bomb to righties on that sinker yet. So I have to go back and see which way it was. So let's just go back and go straight to that sinker, right? Sinker. Okay. So Riley likes that sinker. He hasn't given up a bomb on that sinker yet. Over the course of the season, Riley all the way through, he's hitting that sinker. Ozuna give you a little drop off, right? So last month, over the season, both of them 400. Last month, uh, Rally 10 for 15, 667, one bomb, five extra base hits, not striking out, whatever the case may be. Last 2 weeks on that, whatever that is, sinker. Right. So he's doing a lot of that damage the last 2 weeks versus that sinker. Right. Uh, yeah. Even in the last 7 days, you seen that many sinkers in the last 7 days? He creaming them motherfuckers, man. He hitting them hard. So it's that's that sinker. Um, but the slider, I can backtrack the slider. Boom. He don't agree with that slider. Not that much. Last week, 0 for 3. Last month, 1 for 12. Ozuna on that slider. Over the course of the season on that slider, Riley don't like that slider as much. But I still like Riley. I'm throw both of the pictures up there right now. I still like Riley. Um, I still like Riley. I think I still like Riley more than I like Ozuna for the simple fact that he is hitting that slider all the way through the flick, right? And that's holding the average up. So would I bet on him? I don't know. Would I bet on them? I don't know, man. I don't know. Would I bet on them? I don't know. I should put him in there for a bomb or something like that, or bet him bet a bomb straight. But it is what it is. Um, I mean, Reese Hoskins peaked out a little bit to me. Yelich peaked out a little bit to me, but I think I'd rather stick with the Atlanta side of things here. I could be wrong, but I think I'll just focus on those guys. Spread my money around. So Riley and Olson. I don't like Riley hits, runs, and RBIs here. Then you got Baldwin right there as well, because we know lefties get a semi bump because Priest is pitching his worst to lefty. So if Riley's hot, he can definitely do some blocking Olston from getting his hits, runs, and RBIs. So maybe I might take Riley's hits, runs, and RBIs behind Acuna, Baldwin, and maybe I might do that. Take Riley's instead of Olson's. Shit like that. That's probably what I might do because I'm waiting on Olsen to hit his hits, runs, and RBIs. Somebody like Austin Riley can be hot and just raking right in front of him, just raking everything. So maybe I'll do that. I had that happen to me a lot. I could also be overthinking, but it is what it is. Um, I didn't look at this Texans and Minnesota. Something I'll do at work. Toronto Blue Jays and St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, Barger's been on one, right? At times, looking through the pitch mix, at times Mason Wynn was popping. These guys, they don't strike out much. Bassett's pitched his worst versus lefties throughout his career. Um, the one bat that was really popping the whole way was Burleson. Okay. So your both Bichettes and your Guerreros, we know who these guys is. A shout out to Contreras, good read yesterday. He hit his runs and RBIs. But at the end of the day, um, on paper, somebody looked pretty good. It was Burleson. Um, so he's down at the bottom of that lineup, and lately it was Barger, right? So a few lefties, but when you're looking at lefties here, um, so Bassett's got a 291 average with five bombs versus lefties there. I'm going to go straight to St. Louis here because I need to speed up the time here. So Burleson, putting the pitch mix in. Now, over the course of the season, the full season, it was kind of weird-ish, but bringing it back in the last month is pretty much, uh, 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 let's see, full season. How about where did he start getting busy at? Almost around the last 8 weeks or something like that. But stopping right here the last month, 11 for 26, four extra base hits, 7% K rate. if you're just looking for somebody to make some contact, get a hit or something like that, he's somebody who I would be looking at. Last 2 weeks, 8 for 18 versus pitch mix, pretty green there, 3 extra base hits. You know what I'm saying? Large new bar, whatever he's done. But the strikeouts, stay out there from me. Don't strike out, right? So I want to see where he's gonna with him. I want to see where he's gonna be hitting in the lineup. Last week, 7 days, 5 for 8, so he's still warm, right? Not striking out. I want to see where Burleson is hitting in the lineup. I don't think he's gonna get far up there though. We'll see. Who knows, right? But you would think Brendan Donovan would be popping, but he wasn't popping for me in this one. So there's times where the barrel had been up and still probably is up for Springer and Kirk. So if I'm taking anybody for a hit here, it's probably going to be Kirk. Kirk has been on fire, extremely fired, right? Barger, he got that from me yesterday. Kirk has been on one, man, straight up, man. So I didn't really mention Kirk because I know you guys know this, but maybe you don't, right? Maybe you don't. So uh, maybe a Kurt and Burleson hit parlay or something like that. But boy, has he been on one. Take a look at Kirk real quick. Right hand hitters. Uh, Miles McCollus. I don't know if Miles McCollus can stop this boy, but even within the last 7 days, 6 for 13, 462 batting average. He's been on one, man. Last 2 weeks for Kirk, um, he's 9 for 21. So I'm looking at him for the last 2 weeks here. He's just been looking, phenomenal. And like I said, Springer, his barrel has been up. We know with the last 2 weeks how and these how these how they be hitting righties. It's just on the road. On the road, they was looking kind of iffy on the road. You know what I'm saying? But Kirk has been hot, straight up, and the barrel's been up for Springer. All right, so hmm, where were we? I'm still 42 minutes. Damn, I wasn't even trying to do all that shit. I want people to trust me if I just say come out here and give out the bats. But either way, go. Um, Lance McCullers. I don't know about the strikeouts. Chicago White Sox been trying to pull it lately, but they're 16 and a half pitching outs, 16 and a half minus 130. I almost pulled the trigger. Almost. Shane Smith, I don't go against him. I don't bet against him. He's been okay. I'm scared to bet against this guy, right? So, it is what it is. One thing I'll tell you, Houston, great at home, good at home versus, at home. Um, Pena, you could, you know, I'm not taking any bats from this game. I'm not doing shit in this game. I might take Lance McCullers pitching outs, 16 and a half. Hit this in back to back games. She's getting a little bit better. I'm gonna take a rain check on the strikeouts, whatever, right? If I did have to take a hit for somebody, would be Pena and Altuve. I don't want nothing to do with White Sox right now, right? Colorado, we got 11 and a half total here, man. 11 and a half encores. Y'all know what it is, right? I'm be liking if Fitzgerald's in there, I'm gonna like him, Chapman, Lee, Ramos, right? Just leave it at that. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't really bet too many Colorado bats, but they got 11 and a half total here, man. So it is what it is. Um, Butler and Rooker, right? Those were two guys I was looking at in this one here. Butler and Rooker. And I don't remember. Oh, it was Adele. Adele, and I think Ohapi. So Butler and Rooker, right? So let's see. Probably more so, but and Wilson. I'm sorry, Butler, Rooker, and Wilson. Rooker sold me yesterday. Boy, sold me yesterday, straight up. But as of late, they've been hitting the righties. That's who they've been hitting. One thing about Soriano is he's got a low fly ball. He's a ground ball guy. He could give up some runs. He's only given up 3 bombs, I want to say. 3 bombs. And he's a ground ball guy, right? In general, this fly ball is way down, 10%, like way down. So that he don't give up a lot of, he don't give up a lot of bombs and stuff like that. This guy does have a 285 batting average, so you know you can hit on him, right? So that's that. Um, so Rooker and Butler, right? So more, I mean Wilson as well. So a lot of this damn look at these boys. Man, right hand hitters, Soriano. Uh, Wilson's almost batting 400 on the season. So you know he's gonna go up there in that hit parlay. Rooker's batting 300 on the season, max, whatever, small sample size. Um, on the road, Wilson and Rooker still hitting 300. Um, now lately they've been smoking righties, right? Hitting righties good. Wilson, 400 in general, 340 for Rooker, and on the road, you know what I'm saying, 348, 333, and you know they got hot at home. So at home, it's a little bit better at home, right? 'Cause that's that ballpark they dealing with. And last 2 days, last 2 weeks here, Um, Jacob Wilson batting 500. Denzel Clark, the thief, has entered the chat. He's 5 for 11, and Rooker. You know what I'm saying? So Rooker not striking out. Neither is Wilson, and the K percentage is not. Is not up there, right? So I like Rooker. I like he sold me yesterday. It is what it is. I can't talk you off Wilson. Clark, I haven't been betting Clark. He deserves to hit a bomb after what he did last night, but that K percentage is very high. Even the last 7 days. Now that's where somebody dropped off at Rooker, but at the end of the day, those are the guys I do like. And then, like I said, when I'm looking at the lefties here, I'm definitely looking at Lawrence Butler. I think if I don't know if I rank them because if I rank them, it probably would be if I'm ranking them just to get hit, it would probably be Wilson, Butler, then Rooker. Who knows, right? But over the course of the season, Butler's looked good, man. The strikeouts, only thing about that, the strikeouts, they kind of there, right? So over the course of the last month, um, Butler batting 400, but the strikeouts are red, 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 right? Hate to see him go out there and strike out my money. Um, on the road, 357 at home, probably batting more at home, 455 at home, right? So, I like these guys. Pretty much it's kind of sustainable. Last 2 weeks, he's 6 for 14. It's pretty much, but look at the strikeouts. My God, 57. Well, imagine if he wasn't striking out, he'll probably be, shit, batting 800. But, that's what we have to, deal with. Um, I was going to go over this last game, right? That's the game I wanted to go over, but I don't think I have enough time to go over it, right? I would have went through it, but I can't do it right now. I have to get ready to go to work. But looking at this game here, this game is going to be lit. I'm telling you right now. I'm like Crawford. Oh man, this game should be lit. Wu historically pitched his worst towards lefties. He's been pitching good though, but whatever worse he pitched would be versus lefties. It's going to be an interesting game. I will look at this one and I'll make a play for it, man. I'll make a play for it. I will make a play for it. But I got to get ready to go to work. Sorry. Um, Bats I liked. Run them down one more time. Torkelson. I got to figure out how I want to do the Baltimore guys. I don't mind Friedel, Lux, Cruz, Strand, and Stevenson. I like all of them. Ramirez is definitely somebody who's going to be in play. I skipped this game. I think O'Neal Cruz might be in play here. Um, couldn't decide between Bush and Armstrong, but just know I like them both. Matt Shaw was interesting, very interesting. Nico Horner just don't strike out. Schwarber, somebody who's on my radar. This whole game, I'm gonna like for hits, runs, and RBIs. Usual suspects, at least hits or whatever case may be. But Rafaela is somebody I got on my radar. I ain't gonna lie. And Roman Anthony, so definitely got to make sure Roman Anthony. He'll be in there in that 4 and 5 slot. Um, Woods, Lindor, honorable mention Nemo, and honorable mention over here Garcia. If I'm not probably not betting this, taking any bats from this game, but if I had to, would be Goldschmidt, Judge, and Bobby Witt, and probably I don't know, Bobby Witt for sure. Olson, Riley. I'll probably take Riley hits, runs, and RBIs. I got to see what the lineup's gonna look like though. I gotta look at this Minnesota game. If I'm doing a hit parlay or something like that, would probably be Kirk, somebody like Burleson. Um, Pitching outs for McCullers. Um, um, Strikeouts and pitching outs for Andrew Abbott. That line that I got at 16.5 is gone. And I did sprinkle the money line for Cincy. Uh, I'm just gonna be whatever you can do, man. Anybody can hit a home run in this ballpark. You see 11.5 total, y'all already know the deal. Butler, Wilson, Rooker. I want to see what order they're gonna come out. They're probably gonna come out in this order right here. I like Rooker's hits, runs, and IBIs. I like hits and whatever else for Butler, Wilson, and Rooker. I probably won't take no bombs though. Soriano's pretty good at limiting that. And then these last 2 games I gotta check out. Jackson. Um, Jackson, like I said, I'll give you Jackson plays, and I'm out of here. Adele. He's the one. He's the one I was looking at, but I didn't even give him out. And Jackson gave him out right here. Daylight for home runs. Adele, Alonzo, Machado, Larnick, Raleigh. Like I said, 4 of those batters and came in games I haven't even looked at today. Uh, they like New York Mets -1, Houston -1, Cincinnati +1.5. They scared like me. Over the total in the Diamondbacks game. I'm probably gonna take the over. I'm probably gonna blindly take the over. Angels -1. Peace out, fam. Peace.